This is the Biafra national anthem.
Seven rows, 14 rows, 21 rows. I love to go. One, beat.
Onye duru anyị wee bịa njem na Amerịka. Anyị bịa ka ibe leta nwanne anyị nwoke bụ nna anyị n'obodo a. Bụ onye anyị nwụrịla anya na nchekwube n'eziokwu nke ya nwa na onye ji guzo n'eziokwu a ga na-edu ụmụ Biafra na-aga n'ihu. Ọ ga na-edu IPOB na-aga n'ihu. Anyị bịara n'ụlọ ya nabata anyị were obi ọcha na obi udo wee nabata anyị. Anyị na-asị na ọ ga-adịrị ya na mma na ezinụlọ ya na mma. Anyị na-asị na ihe ọbụla anyị chọrọ bịa mere ka anyị ga-enwetarịrị ya. N'ihi na ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu mgbe na-ewu n'ọnwụ ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. Nwa mmụọ emegbula nwa mmadụ, nwa mmiri emegbula nwa mmụọ. Ihe anyị na-ekwu. Anyị na-asị na Biafra ga-abịara na ndụ na-awụghị n'ọnwụ. Anyị ga-eri uru ọmụmụ. Anyị ga-eri uru akụ na ụba n'ime Biafra. Anyị na-asị na onye ọwụla pụtara na sị na Biafra agaghị adị, onye ahụ agaghị adị. Anyị anaghị asị emebere ugo obere nke si bebere ka ya gosi nke ọ ga-ebe. Anyị na-asị na nku ga-ekwe ọ ga-ede ọ ga-anwụ. Ọ bụ eziokwu ka anyị ji na-aga njem a. Ọ bụ ịhụnanya ka anyị ji na-aga ofu obi. Anyị na-asị onye ọbụla hụrụ eziokwu ji ide eziokwu aka, n'ihi na ọ bụ eziokwu bụ ndụ, ọ bụghị okwu asị. Anyị na-asị na ọ ga-ada anyị niile na mma. Anyị ga-ahụ echi, n'ihi na echi anaghị agwụ agwụ. Anyị na-arịọ Chukwu okike abịa ma ka onye anyị ndụ, nye anyị ahụ isi ike, nye anyị ngọzi nke ya, nye anyị ịhụnanya. Ekpere niile ka anyị na-ekpe ọwụ ka onye bi n'ime eluigwe ka o wee nụrụ olu anyị, wee gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka, wee zọpụta anyị na akpa niile nke na-akpa anyị nke bụ Biafra. Anyị na-asị na ikpete maazụ anyị ga-enye aha nsị ụtụtụ na nsọpụrụ na eji ama site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi.
Ọmadike Biafra.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, wherever you are watching from. I welcome you to this amazing platform once again. We have come to give you updates on what is going on in Biafran territory. Remember, in this platform, what we do is to bring updates on the situation on the ground, updates about the restoration of Biafra, update that is coming from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. And here are we once again bringing those updates. Today is Monday. And as always, you know that every Monday is a sit-at-home and total lockdown. Today is also the 13th day of the lockdown of all the Nigerian institutions in Biafran territory. Today is the 13th day. And as we speak, the 13th day lockdown is being observed, and the Monday sit-at-home is also going on in Biafran territory. If you by any means think we are going to forget what we are doing, you are a joker. The Monday sit-at-home is meant to demand the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and all Biafra political prisoners. That is why we have been holding Monday sit-at-home for the past 3 years and more. And we are not going to stop. We will continue to hold the sit-at-home until we exit the zoo. The conditions have been given to them: take away all your military in Biafran territory or face the consequence. If you do not remove your military from Biafran side, whatever you see, you take. The lockdown of all institutions of Nigeria is ongoing. And remember the word of our Prime Minister that the Liberation Army will enforce it. And as we speak, the Liberation Army of Biafra are enforcing the lockdown. For those of you who think it's a joke, think again. If the fire has not gotten to your own area, if you have not seen Liberation Army in your own area, it does not mean that they are not there. The Liberation Army of Biafra are everywhere in Biafra land. Just a question of time, they are going to get to your area. So if you are working in any Nigerian Zoological Republic institution in Nigeria, in Biafran territory, stay away. It is 30 days, and that 30 days is 30 days. The Liberation Army of Biafra are going round, and they will get to your doorstep. It's just a question of time. If you are living near any barrack, police barrack, army barrack, naval barrack, air force barrack, any institution of the zoo that carries weapon, stay away from their camp. Stay away from their barrack. Checkpoint is forbidden for Biafrans to go. Stay away from all the checkpoints. Be very, very careful and take note of these very places that I am mentioning. Everywhere I have mentioned, you must stay away from there. These are flashpoints. This lockdown, for the very first time, is the only lockdown that the Liberation Army will enforce. If you think it is a joke, you are only playing with your own life. The Liberation Army of Biafra will do everything humanly possible to see that Biafran territory is protected, no matter what it will take. The primary objective of the Liberation Army of Biafra is to protect life and property. For those blackmailers and propagandists, continue to push your propaganda. Those of them who are trying to make themselves relevant by their lies, continue. All the Afonjas, all the criminals in Biafra land, all the Ifajunas, your time has come. Remember, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic have activated the internal Iduakanon. Internal Iduakanon means that any Biafran that is participating in one way or the other, either secretly or openly, working with the Zoological Republic government in any way or manner, your time is up. If you want to survive, relocate from Biafra land and go to the north. Go to the southwest. If you continue to remain in Biafra land, serving the purpose of the zoo, nothing is going to save you. There will be no hiding place. Absolutely, there will be no hiding place. As we speak, actions are going on the ground. If you think it's a joke, it is up to you. None of us is ready to force you against your will. The only responsibility I have on this platform is to tell you what will happen when it has not happened and to warn you ahead of time. The instructions given by our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, must be obeyed to the last. If you play with any instruction he gives, you will have yourself to blame. If you play with any single instruction that he gives, you will have yourself to blame. The stage is set. It does not matter what anyone is saying. It doesn't matter what anyone is doing. The restoration of Biafra is now. You can see how the Afonjas are crying, how the enemies of Biafra are crying. When they go to their conventional media to talk, instead of facing what they were asked, they will focus on the Biafran Prime Minister. It is so sad. But no matter how they cry, their cry can never change anything. The criminals, they can't hide their envy, jealousy anymore. Any place you see them, their major problem is our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. They cannot make a sentence without calling his name. And they think that that will stop him. That will not stop him. That is why one of the idiots, the goat on Twitter, one of the clowns that all of you know, one of the criminals who has worked with criminals and stole. He stole during the time of Jonathan, and Jonathan sacked him, a criminal. You see him, he ran to the United States, and he remained there and continued to rant. Rant and rant and rant, making himself known. It is only in Nigeria that criminals are not ashamed. They will come in public and speak. It is only in Nigeria you see criminals coming out to defend themselves and promote themselves. It cannot happen in any same country. But we don't care. No matter what they do, no matter the angle they come from, we will definitely bring them down. It doesn't matter their strategy. It doesn't matter the angle they come from. We are going to face them head on. And I bet you their end is very, very near and close. The restoration of Biafra has become a very big problem, and they turn on the flesh of the zoo. That is why everywhere they cannot stop talking about the Biafran people, even when the things that are worse is coming upon them. And remember the promise of our Supreme Damasen Nandekano. He said, the zoological republic will face everything we have faced through the civil war times 10. They are going to face it. Today it is happening. It is happening. They don't know what is hitting them. And they will never know what is hitting them. They are going to continue to face a very huge problem that can never be solved. It will continue to be from tank to fire. And they will never succeed. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are today, all you have to do is to pay attention to the Biafran government. Do not allow anybody to distract you. Do not allow anyone to cajole you or confuse you. Do not allow anyone to drag you into something that is non-existence. I urge every Biafran, wherever you are, to remember that you have a responsibility. And the only responsibility you have today is to make sure that Biafra becomes an independent state. Biafra must be an independent state, no matter what the enemy does, no matter what they say, no matter their propaganda and blackmail. Biafra must be an independent state.
Biafra Republic! Biafra Republic!
They have tried on so many ways to stop the restoration of Biafra. But the more they try, the more they fail. Today, Biafran government is in charge of Biafran territory. And for those who are doubting the resolve, go to Biafra land today and you look, you will understand. Go to Biafra land. If you doubt it, you think we are ranting on social media. You think we are just ranting, right? You call us people who are ranting, jobless. Go to Biafra land. Meet investigation for yourself. And pray that you come back alive. We will continue to demand the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekano, which is one of the major things we are demanding for every Monday. One of the major things. It is not only Mazen Nandekano. Every political prisoner of Biafra that I hold captive must be released. And every zoological republic terrorist in uniform must leave Biafra land. They think by holding Mazen Nandekano, they will stop Biafra. They think by going to kidnap Mazen Nandekano in Kenya, they will instill fear in him to stop pursuing Biafra. I thank Chukwu Okukabama that the supreme leader of IPU, Mazen Nandekano, is very, very consistent in his demand. And he is not going back. It does not matter what you think, how you feel. There is no going back. The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nandekano, is strong and formidable. Every plan the enemy will make against the Biafran people can never ever stand. No matter how they try to stop us, they will not succeed. They will continue to try. And Mazen Nandekano will be released unconditionally. Our Supreme Mazen Nandekano will be going to court this month. He will be going to court. Even though he has no case to answer. He has won on his case. But they continue to drag him. He will win them again and again. Take him 100 times, he will win them. But in everything we give God the glory. Chukwu Okikabima knows why what is happening today is happening. And I bet you we shall defeat them and freedom will be sure.
Python, Python, that's two. Now Python, that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi win the war. Python, that's one. Python, that's two. Now Python, that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi bu onye do I walk. O Mary Wonenizu Biroya Abakare. Mamanda ora, Unaburi Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaburi Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaburi Mary Nandi.
You have heard it. No matter how they try, they will not be able to break our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekan. With the presence of his disciple today, it is obvious that our freedom is guaranteed. The Mazen Nandekan that all of us know is a man of his word. He has continued to stand on his words, and there is no going back. It does not matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. Your lies and your propaganda cannot make us to walk away from our freedom. Your propaganda and your blackmail cannot stop us. The more you try to stop us, the more you give us the reason to fight more. And I bet you, freedom of the Biafran people is guaranteed. No amount of your evil agenda will stop the will of the people. Biafra must be free.
We are going to do wonders. I want you all to understand that we are in a very big battle. Battle for freedom is not for lily-livered people. It's not for kids. Battle for freedom, they throw bombs, rockets for people to get freedom. So freedom is not meant for people that are too emotional. It's not meant for people that somebody will talk this and talk that and they begin to shiver. No. I am born for Biafra to come. And I'm going to help Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get Biafra. Believe me. Go and mark today's date. I want to assure Biafrans, so long as you continue to stand on your freedom, I will be there for you. So long as you continue to maintain that you have a right to live, I, Simon Ekpa, will be there. Any day, anytime.
You have heard from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a promise which he has kept. A promise which he has kept, and he has gone above board. And today, we are patiently waiting for the 2nd of December for the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. The Zoological Republic and all the enablers, they are trying everything they can to stop the restoration of Biafra. But as usual, each time they try, they fail. The more they try, the more they fail. And they will never, ever succeed. No matter how long it takes, Biafra will be restored. I want you to hear this from our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
That. We respect that. What people, most commentators don't appreciate about Africa, and which most Africans are a bit slightly uncomfortable with, is that somebody coming from Europe and without regard for your culture, your traditions, your way of life, saying you are now in one country and your name is Nigeria.
Right.
There is something unnatural about it.
Yes.
I said to the British government, if you had come, conquered my people, which is a natural human process, that is entirely natural.
Right.
If you had come, conquered our people, made us English, I can live with that.
Yeah.
But to come and hand over a children of God over to something completely alien, this same culture that we have in the north, which is an Islamic culture,
Republic! Biafra Republic!
Our freedom is signed and sealed. No amount of propaganda will truncate our freedom. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to tighten up your belt. Tighten up your belt very, very tight, because the battle have just begun, and we are going to fight until the last man standing. Let us refer back to the broadcast of our Prime Minister. Listen carefully to every single statement you will hear from him, for you to know there is no going back. It is forward ever and backward never. Let's watch.
Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. What are the declaration of the 2nd December meant to achieve? At least it is no longer a question of uncertainty. It is no longer a question of whether we are unsure. But I believe the message of the Declaration of the Restoration of Independent State of Biafra on the 2nd of December 2024 has penetrated even to the bone marrow of the enemies. So the question, and the big question, is, what do we intend to achieve? They have mocked us that we are in exile. But what the truth that they are not telling themselves is that we are not only in exile. We are actually more in the homeland than what we are in exile. The truth they refuse to tell, which they continue to deceive themselves, is that every blessed Monday in Biafra land, we demonstrate that we are not just in exile. We also control the homeland. The truth they have not told you is that whenever we issue any declaration on either civil disobedience or the forceful lockdown of the Nigeria state institution in Biafra land, like we have declared from the 28th day of this August to the 26th of September, those who call us government, those who say we are in exile, will start crying. They will start all manner of propaganda, panicking, sending military terrorists in our land to try to, see whether we can change our mind, thinking that by killing our people, the pressure will, force us to change our mind. These are the things that they are not telling those gullible, idiot criminals in Nigeria that are believing in one Nigeria just because they have found themselves in a safe haven where they can commit crimes, international crimes and cyber crimes, and they will be bragging in their various communities for making money through crime. So they lie to themselves that, oh, don't listen to him, they are just in exile. Yet, each time we make any pronouncement, it becomes a problem to them. So the big question is, what do we intend to achieve
from the 2nd of December. My supporters in the United States, Biafrans in the United States, we have at least 2 objectives. We want to achieve 2 things from this 2nd of December declaration. These 2 things are the delegitimization of the Nigeria state within Biafra land and the legitimization of Biafra government within Biafra land and beyond. Our declaration will cover all grievances against Nigeria, the injustices against Biafra people by the Nigeria state, the harms suffered by the Biafra people within Nigeria. This has a standard way of delegitimizing Nigeria as an existing state and, of course, legitimizing Biafra as a new independent state. These grievances, the Biafra government have constituted a committee called the Declaration Drafting Committee that is putting and penning down every grievances we have against Nigeria. And there is the latest one, which is the student loan. Many of you have seen in the news that they have approved a student loan from every geopolitical zone, but they excluded Southeast, part of Biafra. That is technically accepting partially the declaration that is coming on 2nd of December. They're already telling us to go. But what they have refused to understand is that they don't define our map. We define our map. It is not them. They are still using the colonial mentality of giving them the demography, changing the demography for them. This is 21st century, where the people are wise and we know our boundaries. We know our land. You don't tell us where our land is and come from Yoruba land to tell us where your boundary ends, or come from the Fulani Caliphate to tell us where your boundary end, our boundary end. No, that was then. During the time of Usman Danfodio and during the time of Babangida, where you use your military degree to do whatever you want. This time around, it is not going to work like that. We know our boundary. Our boundary has been defined by the Biafra government. Our states and institutions has also been put in place by the Biafra government. So our declaration is going to state very clearly the grievances we have against Nigeria, why Biafra has come to become a remedy. Now, I use instances always, making references to the United States. Just as in the 1776 of the U.S. Declaration, when they become a new state, then they presented this particular new state of the United States as the only remedy, the listed grievances for them to declare the independence of the United States. Biafra will be presented to the world as the only remedy to the insecurity that Nigeria has created in quest to bring Islamization of Nigeria and, of course, that turn Nigeria into Islamic State. We are going to present Biafra government as a remedy to the United States, to the West, and to every other world power that cares to know. Part of the grievances will be the killings by the terrorists and the high-level corruption and political crisis that Nigeria has found itself today without any solution. Since the last election, which the European Union condemned, which the United Nations condemned, which the America condemned, and faulted everything that has to do with the result of the last election. Yet, they are recognizing the criminal who called himself Tinubu as the president. Because Nigerians are stupid. Nobody rise up against, because everybody have been captured and enslaved with terrorism. If you do the killing, the assassinating. That's why many of them are bragging. Whenever we talk, they say, Samanaka, come to Nigeria so we believe you. Do you know why? Because they think that we are going to be as stupid as those people that have killed in the past. Kensaro Wiwa, Should we start mentioning them? Anybody that rise up to challenge the impunity of the Nigerian state, the terrorist state, they eliminate the person. What is the other name? The Yoruba man, Gani Kfawemi or whatever he's called. He was assassinated. These are people who think they can make changes within the Nigerian state. It's impossible. Even this criminal called Tinubu, he ran away. He would have been killed by the military administration then, because he thought that he can have any political movement, to change whatever he want to change then, before he came back to become the governor. He ran away to exile, and probably France, because I know he has a very good relationship with people in France. Now, just like the United States, we are going to present Biafra after 2nd of December as the only remedy to the political crisis in Nigeria today. We will present Biafra as the only remedy to the upsurge of terrorists in the Sahel. I am telling you, nobody will see what we are doing today as a government in exile and don't give us that particular opportunity. We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that as Nigeria as a failed state, the only remedy that will save the life of people and also save the interests of the West, because no matter how you want to say it, we still have to protect the interests of the West, which goes a very long way in making sure that our society still remain in a sane, we still remain in a sane society, both in conflict-wise, insecurity-wise, national security, and what have you. So Nigeria no longer function as a law-governed state, capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. My people of Biafra, our declaration in December is providing a remedy, providing alternative to the Biafra people and to the world, and to those who have business interests in the area, in Sahel region, and in Nigeria as a whole, because this is going to affect them positively. So Nigeria have found itself in a situation where they have become incapacitated. They are not capable of resolving every crisis that they are facing today. So the state is already a failed state. So what are we going to do in December 2nd? Our declaration will offer solution. And like I said, remedy, remedy, remedy to the economic crisis, to the insecurity, to the upsurge of terrorism, and what have you. And we believe that those who supported Nigeria to commit genocide against Biafrans in the 60s must be very ashamed of themselves today. Though we can see that many of them who are very corrupt, I am talking about those in America, for example, like, some of them we have seen removing Nigeria from the list of, special interest of a state that have committed crime against Christians, for example. Those who remove Nigeria without investigation, they are struggling very hard, trying not to look stupid by their continuous support for the Nigeria, even when they knew that Nigeria is already a failed state. The more they try to revive Nigeria, following their fake diplomatic ties, and the more Nigeria will continue to fail them. So, my people, there is no two ways about it. This time around, we have come to outsmart the nomadic system of Nigeria. And of course, our aim and objective is to bring and restore true democracy in Biafra land, which will affect the entire region. After December 2nd, we will move to the next level, which I call the phase 2 of the Biafra liberation, which this phase 2 will see the establishment and the activation of the state institution within Biafra land, which is already functional as I speak. That will take over the Nigeria state functions, will take over the functions of other institutions from the Nigeria state, and that is the part of the delegitimization of Nigeria. And by announcing the United States of Biafra commitment to several international sanctioned principles, policies, and international recognized organization that Nigeria never had, we are going to make sure we approach every international organization that Nigeria has violated their treaties with impunity, providing Biafra to them and presenting Biafra as a remedy and alternative. With what we have done so far, we have been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you can't forge any document in Biafra and present it anywhere. We have eliminated the possibility to forge document, unlike the runners and all the criminals in Yoruba land are doing. That's what they do. They make a living by forgery. So my people in the United States, for those who are very, very unsure of what will happen after December 2nd, I am telling you now, giving you a hint. Our declaration of independence or declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be expected to legitimize the Biafra government in the eye of other non-terrorist states. This is going to take a very long time, and it requires many diplomatic approach, political approach, and of course, it also requires commitment from the Biafra government, which I believe we are not shaking from that end. In turn, we will be expected to recognize Biafra, and we don't care how long this will take. This kind of legitimization of Biafra state will be culminated in the quest or in our request or appeal to other states and international organizations to recognize the independence of Biafra. Our grievances that we expected to be listed on the declaration document has been drafted or has been drafted by our committee on the declaration of the declaration drafting committee will include the grievance declaration, the institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. I want you all in the United States to listen to this. Very, very important. We are going to have 3 major grievances in our declaration document. And so, if you don't know what we are doing, we are fighting Nigeria academically, we are fighting Nigeria with brain, we are fighting Nigeria physically, and we are fighting Nigeria with gun. So let me repeat it again. I said, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will cover 3 major grievances. One is grievances declaration, institutionalizing declaration, and a commitment declaration. And this different declaration will be elaborated during the time of our convention in Finland. So when you come to Finland, you're going to have first-hand information, and you are going to read the history, be part of the history, and stay where the history is happening, so that you will not say they told you, or you will not say you watch it from the social media. No, you are going to be there. Those who are privileged to come to Finland, you will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it is done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans who will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra, no, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them use it to do propaganda, which doesn't move us. Because the thing is that they don't know what we are doing, they don't have the information, and they will never have the information. And even if they do, they will never support Biafra. And we don't expect everybody to support Biafra. Like I've said previously, even this Finland, when they voted 88 over 100, you know how many that voted for Finland Declaration of Independence. So what I'm trying to say is that the United States, those Biafrans in the United States, all of you must understand that the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in December is going to come with a heavy Edwakanono. Edwakanono to the enemies, both the outside and within. And so we are going to be taking a little bit step forward to the Edwakanono that is happening presently. It is a must. So those who think that Simon Ekpa is laughing at them or laughing with them, my brother, don't look at this laugh and this face. I have always warned, if you follow this face, you'll be deceived. I am not here with a clean eye, fighting for Biafra, fighting against Nigeria Islamic State, fighting against the terrorist state of Nigeria, Ejira Anyoma, and Osa Nigeria. Don't look this face, it will deceive you. I want to assure you that in the coming weeks on this lockdown of Nigerian institution is going to be a litmus test of what is to come. We will continue to prove to Nigeria terrorist state that they have lost every legitimacy to govern anybody in Biafra territory. That's our target. There is no other target we have. The reason why this 1 month lockdown of Nigerian institution in Biafra land is to prove to them that they have lost the legitimacy. And if they try to bring those terrorists to kill our people and put it on Biafra people who are ready to take it upon them or take it with them, we are not going to move any inch backward, in the sense that when they try to kill people, they say, oh, Samanepa put the lockdown, they are locking. That is what. If you make yourself a willing tool, you have yourself to blame, and your family will ever regret allowing you to be used as a propaganda machine by the Nigerian state. Nothing is going to come out of it, I promise you. Do not fall a victim of the Nigerian state because of your hatred for freedom. Do not fall a victim of the Nigerian state because of the peanut you receive from the secretariat. Secretariat will be raised in time to come. I am telling you, we are still watching them. Let any secretariat open and you see what Biafra is going to do to that secretariat. That land belongs to us, and we dictate and decide how we use it. And after that, we will rebuild our land. So Biafra government needs your support to make sure that we achieve this particular step-by-step delegitimization of Nigeria until December, when we will have our convention in Finland.
You have heard the message from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. There is no way you can listen to this message and you still get confused about the situation of things. There is no way you will pay attention to the voice of our Prime Minister and you will not know where we are and why we are doing what we are doing. Everyone that is today speaking against our Prime Minister are those who are doing that because of their own evil agenda. The Afonjas and the criminals political group in the zoo and the Ifa Junas in Biafra land who are gathering together speaking against our Prime Minister. We know that they don't mean well for themselves. These are a bunch of criminals, clowns that are parading themselves as if they know something, while we know that they have nothing in their head. All they have in their head is lies, propaganda, and blackmail. And we cannot fall into their blackmail. That is why we will continue to speak and speak loud. For those of them, the Afonjas, whose focus are distraction, you see them posting rubbish about Biafra. These are the bunch of clowns who do not want to be free. And we are not bothered. If you don't want to be free, it's okay. But why are you worried about people who want to get free? The Biafran people, we are free-born, and we cannot accept second-class citizen or slavery anywhere on the earth. Even when our forefathers were taken to the United States as slaves, they refused to be slaves. Instead, they drowned themselves. In the United States, the history is still there. The place is still there, being recognized and visited every day by tourists, where the black Biafrans who were brought to the United States for slavery sank themselves down. They took over the ship and all of them drowned themselves. They said instead of them to be slaves in a foreign land, they better go back to home in spirit and be free. That is the strength of the Biafrans. We cannot allow it. But this bunch of clowns who do not want to be free, they keep on distracting us. They keep on pushing lies and propaganda against us. Even when they are the one committing the most crime, when they commit theirs, nobody will talk about it. Because they are in charge of the media, they use their conventional media to preach lie, propaganda against us. And for everything they are preaching against us, they are the one committing worse than what they're accusing us of. They commit worse than what they accuse us of doing. For as long as I know, the Biafran people are only genuinely seeking for their freedom and questioning the evil entity called Zulu. But when we question it, they ask why. When we question it, they ask why. When we speak, they say, why do we speak? When we talk, we say, why do we talk? They hide their own criminals, protect their own criminal. And any criminal they see that look like a Biafran or a Biafran name, they will stand on top of the mountain and shout it. For your information and for the records, Biafrans do not support criminals. It does not matter your religion. It does not matter your tribe. It doesn't matter whom you are. As long as you're a criminal, we will not support you as Biafrans. That is why in everything we are doing, we support the best. In all their criminal election in Nigeria, Biafrans have always made the right choice. The Biafrans have always voted for the best among the idiots chosen. They have always voted for the best and reject the worst. But every other person in that Zuluka Republic, they only concentrate on voting for their people. They promote their own criminals and they throw the blame to Biafra. Today, even in the rising of the price of fuel, they are blaming the Biafrans. They say we are the ones that is making the fuel expensive. That is how bad it is. They blame us for every single thing in the zoo. The fuel scarcity in the zoo today, they are blaming the Biafrans. They say we are the ones that are making the fuel scarce. And because we want their brother to be blamed, that is why we are making the fuel scarce. They say you shouldn't blame Tinubu, that you should blame the Biafrans, that it is the Biafrans that are making this the fuel scarce. And I asked them how. How is it the Biafrans that are causing the scarcity of fuel? How? But I bet you, whether they blame us or they don't, it is not going to stop us from doing the right thing. It is not going to stop us from speaking up. We will continue to speak whenever we have to speak. We will continue to expose them whenever we have to expose them. We will continue to make impact and ask questions whenever we have to ask questions. No amount of their propaganda will stop us. They can continue to push their lies and share their false news. And we will equally share their own. That is why I'm going to share this one I'm going to share now, for you to see how they are.
Kabri was found guilty of possession of an identity document with improper intention. Eventually, Onifade received 6 years in prison, Shodipo 5 years, Beramosi 18 months, and Kabri received 9 months in prison. Please, if you have plans of leaving the country through marriage route, be extra careful to avoid being an unwitting participant to fraud. Remember, stay safe.
This is it. This was not Biafra. Did you see this news in their conventional media? Did you at any point in time see this news in conventional media? You cannot see it because the names that are called there are not Biafran names. But if the names there were to be Biafran names, you are going to hear that news in their conventional media. You are going to see them speak in their conventional media. But we don't care. It does not matter their propaganda. It does not matter their blackmail. It doesn't matter the lies they are pushing right, left, and center. We will continue to expose their evil at every given opportunity that we have. We will expose them. We will expose them. The Afonjas will not mind their business. When they have a very strong thing in their hand. They will not talk about it, but they are focusing on the Biafrans. Today, one of their GO son have stolen huge amount of money from Kaduna. From Kaduna, Kaduna government gave him a contract that worth billions of naira. And a son of a GO took the money, refused to execute the contract, sat on the money, went to court and get injunctions. He didn't go to answer and say, I will do the contract. He went to court to get an injunction to protect him. Nobody will probe him. Nobody will talk to him. Nobody will confront him. The son to a general overseer in the Zoological Republic from Afonjaland. And this is how they roll. If he was to be a Biafran with a Biafran name, the whole world will hear about it. All hell will break loose. You will hear it in all their news. You will see it rain. It will become the talk of the town. But because the name that is involved there is not a Biafran name, of course you cannot hear it anyway. They will pretend it's not happening. But we are here. Why we are here is to expose them. We are here to expose all their propaganda, all their evil agenda, all their lies and blackmail. We are here to expose them. No matter how they try to cover it up, we will not allow them to cover it up. Going forward, every news we will see about them, we are going to be publishing it. We have been very quiet and silent for a very long time. When we see things, we don't talk about it. We pretend we didn't see it because we feel that we have to undergo a holistic review of everything, that the change have to come from all corners. But eventually, some certain group of people think that they know better. And we cannot continue to tolerate that. That is why today we are going to speak on a different level. Now we have to go to the update of today. Let us go to the platform of our Prime Minister to check the updates that we have there. Let's go and check the updates that we have on our Prime Minister's platform. From there, we can now come back and do the needful, because that is what we have signed up to do. So, my fellow Biafrans, let us check the update that is coming from the Prime Minister. The update that is coming there. And the first one there says, what does it say? The IPOP Nigerian criminals wanted to use our Amaka in Canada to shine, but the Biafran government don't go back once we start. We will see the end. We will protect every Biafran around the world. The criminal should go and call her number again and use it social media. And use its social media. I am in Joko. Exactly. You know that when our beloved sister Amaka had a problem, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic directed that she should contact the liaison office of Biafra. And the Prime Minister made it clear that we are going to protect our own. The criminal IPOB in Nigeria, they went to work. They went and called Amaka. They called Amaka and continued to discourage her. And they wanted to make Mazisa Manekwa look bad. They wanted to set her up in order to demonize Mazisa Manekwa. That is how bad they can go. When the case of Amaka started, it was Mazisa Manekwa that raised the case to the highest level. And every Biafran rallied around Amaka. Biafran government spoke with authority. Ohaneze Ndo Hinandama denied our beloved sister Amaka. The IPOB in Nigeria went underground They want to use her to shine. They want to use her to fight our prime minister. But they will always fail. And when they are doing those their shenanigans, our prime minister will pretend that he's not seeing it. Now he's responded. This has happened several days ago. Today, our prime minister is responding. He said, the IPOB Nigeria criminals wanted to use our Amaka in Canada to shine. But the Biafran government don't go back once we start. We will see the end. We will protect every Biafra around the world. The criminal should go and call her number again and use it social media. I am in Joko. You see, the case of Amaka should be a lesson to every Biafran living abroad. Wherever you are as a Biafran and you're living abroad, make sure you get yourself acquainted with the liaison office of Biafra wherever you live on this planet Earth. Make sure you are known by the Biafran government. Only them can stand for you. It is a lesson. And those of you who they will come to, the IPOB in Nigeria will come to you and they will tell you to do this and do that. Those of you who they are contacting, they come to you, they preach to you maybe because of $1 or $2. Some are because of credit card, some because they are your friend. And they will begin to engineer you against the prime minister. You don't know what you are facing. Learn your lesson. The case of Amaka should be a lesson for you. This bunch of clowns don't have anything to offer. All they are looking for is how to destroy what we are building, how to give Master Simon a bad name. But unfortunately for them, it is too late. It is too late. They will never ever succeed in anything they do. They can never. It doesn't matter how they try. The second one said, how is Nigeria in representative doing today in Biafra land? Massive vote, no confidence, and referendum continues. Afonja everywhere. Everything is good. This is an update coming. An update for the sit at home today. This is the update of the sit at home today. And let me see if I can play it so that the Biafran people I hope you can hear the voice. This is the sit at home of today. What you are watching is sit at home today. Everywhere is locked down. Biafra land is under lock and key. What you are watching is the sit at home of today. You can see how the whole places are locked down. When we talk about the delegitimization of the zoo, it is on a very high scale. For some people, when you are talking about the sit at home, they say, oh, it's not happening. Oh, they think, oh, it's on online. It's not true. It is not happening. This is a live coverage of today. This is what is happening in Biafra land today. Every shop is locked down, completely locked down. This report is coming from the platform of our Prime Minister, Master Simon. This is sit at home of today. Total and massive lockdown. That is what you are watching. Remember, the delegitimization is on a high scale. We have rejected Nigeria, and the whole world is seeing it. Every Monday, it is like this. And we will continue to report it. They continue to come online and pretend, oh, it's not happening. Oh, it is it and that. No matter how they pretend. No matter how they continue to pretend, we will continue to show the world what is going on. That is it. Since today. how Biafra land is locked down. That is what you are watching. This is the update of today. The update of today's lockdown, that is what we are seeing. So when we tell you what is going in Biafra land going on, you don't have to doubt it. It is not a propaganda, it's a reality. And I thank Chukwu Okekaiban that Biafrans are following events closely. Biafrans are responding massively from all angles, from all corners. Biafrans are doing the needful. And I bet you, at the end of the day, victory will be sure. No amount of lies, propaganda will stop the restoration of Biafra in 2024. December 2nd, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will happen. It is going to happen. It is not maybe, it's not optional. It will definitely happen. And the Biafran people are responding. More than 50 million people casted their vote. And you think you want to play with the number? You joke with that number, you joke with your own life. All this you are seeing is today's update. I hope you can hear. Write on the comment section and let me know if you can hear what he's saying. The Biafran restoration is sure. Biafran people are not slacking. They are not looking back. Biafrans are sitting at home on various places in Biafra land. Total lockdown. You can see everywhere dried up. Nobody outside. But when they come to their conventional media, they pretend it's not happening. They have tried everything possible to stop this. Sit at home. They could not. They have pushed different kinds of propaganda, different kinds of lies, different kinds of rumors. They have used different kinds of measures, including force, to stop the sit at home. They cannot stop it. They cannot. The more they try, the more they fail. That is why it is important that when we come, we show you evidence of things that are happening in Biafra. What you saw is today. And it will continue. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching, these are the updates that are coming today. And I want you to know that freedom is very close. This is another one. You know, the goat, the idiot that paraded himself, the criminal, a criminal that has worked under Jonathan, that was Jonathan sacked because of fraud. And he ran to the US. Each time he comes, he's so obsessed about our prime minister, very, very obsessed about the Biafran people. He's so obsessed about the Biafrans, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, so obsessed. Whenever he goes for an interview, he will forget what is being asked. He'll be talking a different thing. Look at him. He say, if Simon Ekpa and Omoyele Sowore can ask Nigerians to succeed or protest from abroad, why can't I ask Nigerians to be patriotic from abroad? Look at a clown. Look at a clown, an idiotic clown. So obsessed. The fire is on and there is nothing they can do. They are feeling the heat, right, left, and center. And our Prime Minister responded and said, this criminal he-goat finally see a mentor. Aromel. All in the name of struggling so that he come to the terrorist state without them arresting him. I challenge you to visit Nigeria, your lovely country. That is it. The idiot that is talking, he's on the run. Oh. He's on the run. What he's doing is that any government that comes, he will support them so that they can allow him to come back. He's facing a fraudulent case, a charge of fraud in Nigeria. And he will be outside running, not fighting for his people, fighting for his own belly. And they think they can stop what is coming. You cannot stop it, though. The restoration of Biafra is mandatory, and there is nothing anybody can do about that. My fellow Biafrans, I thank you all for joining us on this very short message that we preached today. I urge every one of us to remain consistent. Continue to be security careful wherever you go. Be mindful about your security around you. Be very observant. A lot is going to be happening. Don't get distracted. Be focused, because we must be free. And our freedom must come, no matter what they say. Let us hear this word from our Prime Minister before we leave.
Nobody is talking about the agreement and how Nigeria become a country from amalgamation to fake independence to today present Nigeria. They put it under the carpet because nobody have risen up to challenge them. Nobody have risen up to question the existence of Nigeria. Until now, we are questioning it under the Biafra government in exile. And we will question it with gun, we will question it with bomb, we will question it with civility, we will question it diplomatically, and we will question it politically. And that is the multi-dimensional approach. That thing they are avoiding to discuss, that particular existence of Nigeria or continuation of Nigeria, they have been avoiding to discuss, will be forced to discuss. They will be forced with the activities and the actions of the Biafra government in 2024. That's where we are going. That's why all these shenanigans, all this their regional government, all this nonsense you see happening are happening today. And they have not actually started hitting the point, because the point remains the continual existence of Nigeria as a country. They are not discussing it. What was the agreement of 1914? What was the agreement thereafter? Independent. What happened for after the 100 years of Nigeria? Nobody is discussing it. Our own British mandate terminated in 2014. That was when the British mandate terminated. When they say you have 100 years, after that we decide.
Thank you so much for watching this program. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiam. We shall meet again and we will celebrate together. Thank you.
Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's three. Unapoli made Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's three. Unapoli made